Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Professor Nilesh Anandwani. I am welcoming you from bottom of my channel. And today we are going to discuss about introduction of a very important unit of a NEET, that is human physiology. I'll tell you guys, in a NEET examination, biology, if we introduce biology subject has a 360 marks. And in this 360 marks, there are 10 units. Unit number 1 to 5 are given in 11th NCERT, which is around 54% weightage. And unit number 6 to 10, which has 46% weightage in 12th standard. So 11th standard CBSE, 11th standard CBSE as well as 12th standard CBSE, both are very valuable. अगर हम देखें तो ह्यूमन फिजियोलॉजी इस यूनिट की वेटेज 20% है आउट ऑफ 100% बायोलॉजी. तो टोटल नीट 720 मार्क्स में से बायोलॉजी 360 मार्क्स का होता है और 360 मार्क्स में 11th स्टैंडर्ड में 5 यूनिट होते हैं, यूनिट नंबर 1 to 5, और 12th स्टैंडर्ड में यूनिट नंबर 6 to 10 यूनिट होते हैं. 12th स्टैंडर्ड की वेटेज होती है 46% और 11th स्टैंडर्ड की वेटेज होती है 54%. तो दोनों ही वैल्यूएबल होते हैं. अगर हमें स्टडी करना है तो दोनों को इक्वली स्टडी करना पड़ेगा. आज हम इंट्रोडक्शन देने वाले हैं ह्यूमन फिजियोलॉजी इस यूनिट के बारे में. तो चलिए डिटेल में देखते हैं. वी नो दैट whatever food material we used to eat it, that food material basically generates energy. So I'll tell you energy. So how does energy is formed? Energy is formed by digestion, absorption. Correct? So हम जो भी खाना खाते हैं उससे क्या होता है, उससे हमारी बॉडी में एनर्जी बनती है और उस एनर्जी को हम एब्सॉर्ब करके और उसे एसिमुलेट करके बॉडी के हर सेल्स तक पहुंचाया जाता है. Whatever food material we used to eat, that generates the energy in the form of a ATP molecule. And after generating energy, we used to absorb it and assimilate it and transport to each and every cells of our body. How do we transport energy to each and every cells of our body? Via blood. Yes, via blood circulation by use of heart and blood vessels. Correct? By use of heart and blood vessels. So remember, हमारी बॉडी में जो भी एनर्जी बनती है उस एनर्जी को हम ब्लड सर्कुलेशन के थ्रू, मतलब हार्ट और ब्लड वेसल्स की मदद से पूरी बॉडी में ट्रांसपोर्ट करते हैं. जो हमारी बॉडी में एनर्जी बनती है वो एनर्जी ब्लड वेसल्स अपने तरफ एब्जॉर्ब कर लेते हैं और एब्जॉर्ब करने के बाद हार्ट से पंप किया जाता है और ये पूरा का पूरा ब्लड हमारी बॉडी के सभी सेल्स तक पहुंचता है. तो इस यूनिट में हम ब्लड सर्कुलेशन, हार्ट और ब्लड वेसल्स का बारे में भी डिस्कस करने वाले हैं. स्पेशली इस चैप्टर के बारे में डिस्कस करने वाले हैं. यस, in this chapter we will also learn about blood circulation, heart and blood vessels. Now we know that energy present in the blood has to push, and how you will push the energy? By use of oxygen. Yes, एनर्जी जो ब्लड में प्रेजेंट होती है उसे हमें आगे धकेलना पड़ेगा, पुश करना पड़ेगा. तो पुश कैसे करेंगे? हम ऑक्सीजन की मदद से पुश करेंगे और हमारी पूरी एनर्जी ब्लड ऑक्सीजन के थ्रू हमारे सभी सेल्स और टिश्यू तक पहुंचा देगा और वहां से क्या कलेक्ट होगा? वहां से हमारी बॉडी का पूरा वेस्ट मटेरियल कलेक्ट होगा. और वेस्ट मटेरियल क्या होता है? यूरिया. वेस्ट मटेरियल क्या होता है? यूरिया. लेकिन यूरिया को कलेक्ट कौन करता है? यूरिया किसके थ्रू रिटर्न आता है? CO2. यस, तो इस चैप्टर में हम ऑक्सीजन और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड के बारे में भी पढ़ने वाले हैं. यस, और हमारी बॉडी में से जो वेस्ट मटेरियल आता है, हम जो भी खाते हैं अगर हम प्रोटीन रिच डाइट खाते हैं तो सबसे ज्यादा हमारी बॉडी में क्या बनता है, अमाइनो एसिड, और उससे क्या बनता है, यूरिया. व्हेन वी आर ईटिंग food material which is too much of protein diet, if it is containing too much amount of protein, then protein is going to turn into amino acid, and this amino acid is going to turn into the urea. So finally urea is our waste product, and urea is collected by deoxygenated blood. What does it mean by deoxygenated blood? Impure blood. Yes, impure blood. Are you able to see this one? Okay. So urea is collected from each and every cells of our body via deoxygenated blood, and oxygen is transferred to each and every cells of our body. Oxygen is transferred to each and every cells of our body via oxygenated blood, and waste material is collected by use of carbon dioxide, CO2. So in this unit we are going to discuss about digestion and absorption. We are going to discuss about use of oxygen for transport of energy, and in returning waste material is collected by carbon dioxide. So we are going to discuss about breathing and exchange of gases. We are also going to discuss about heart, blood vessels in a body fluids and circulation chapter. Then we will discuss use of collection of urea from the kidney. So we are going to discuss about kidney, ureter, urinary bladder and urethra in the chapter that is excretory product and their elimination. And all these things are regulated by our brain and their system, such as central nervous system, peripheral nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Clear everyone? So in this unit we are also going to discuss about one chapter which is fully related to brain, fully related to central, peripheral, autonomic nervous system. It is related to the neuron. It is also related to some sense organ like tongue, ear, nose, eyes, yes, etc., etc., even the skin. So we are going to discuss about all these things in the chapter called neural control and coordination. Remember, brain cannot work automatically. ब्रेन खुद ब खुद काम नहीं करता है, तो ब्रेन को काम करने के लिए हमें किसकी मदद की जरूरत है? वी नीड हार्मोन्स. एंड हाउ हार्मोन्स आर प्रोड्यूस्ड? हार्मोन्स आर प्रोड्यूस्ड फ्रॉम ग्लैंड्स. यस, लाइक अ पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड, thyroid gland, adrenal gland. Yes, so number of glands are there in our body. So we are going to discuss about endocrine system or hormones of endocrine system in detail, and along with that we are also going to discuss locomotion and movement. Yes, so these are the 7 different chapters which we are going to study in the human physiology. मैं फिर से एक बार बता देता हूँ शॉर्ट में. ह्यूमन फिजियोलॉजी ये एक ऐसा यूनिट है जिसकी वेटेज नीट में 360 मार्क्स में से 20% होती है. 20%. क्लियर है आपके माइंड में? तो पूरे के पूरे मतलब नियर अबाउट ये चैप्टर, एक चैप्टर काफी वैल्यूएबल रखता है पूरी नीट में. 11th स्टैंडर्ड में सबसे ज्यादा वैल्यूएबल है ये चैप्टर. नाउ दिस यूनिट हैज अ 7 चैप्टर. I'll tell you one by one chapter. Chapter number 1, digestion and absorption. Chapter number 2, breathing and exchange of gases. Chapter number 3, body fluids and circulation. Chapter number 3 I mean to say अगर हम नंबरिंग वाइज देखें तो टोटल 7 चैप्टर है. Chapter number 4, excretory product and their elimination. Chapter number 5, locomotion and movement. Chapter number 6, neural control and coordination. Chapter number 7, chemical coordination and their integration. So there are 7 chapters. I'll give a list of all these chapters and I'll tell you what we are going to learn in these chapters. So unit number 5 has 7 chapters. And the 7 chapters are chapter number 16, that is digestion and absorption. Remember, in this chapter number 16, digestion and absorption, actually there are 7 chapters. तो हम उसे 1 to 7 काउंट करें वो भी ठीक है, लेकिन सीबीएसई में इनके नंबर दिए हुए हैं 16 to 22. So chapter number 16 is a digestion and absorption. In this chapter we are going to see introduction of chapter, then we are going to discuss human digestive system in detail with related to the mouth up to the anus and all the complete system or complete system. Then we will discuss physiology of digestion, that how digestion takes place in our body. Then later we will discuss what is mechanism of digestion, and at the end we will see some digestive disorders. All the digestive disorder which is related to chapter we will discuss. Yes, and after this chapter we will discuss chapter number 17. This is breathing and exchange of gases. Yes, so breathing and exchange is a chapter in which there is a complete description that how energy is carried by oxygen to different cells of our body, and in return it carry carbon dioxide along with a urea, a waste product of our body. इस चैप्टर में हम सबसे पहले इंट्रोडक्शन देखेंगे, फिर उसके बाद हम बेसिकली रेस्पिरेटरी सरफेसेस देखेंगे कि कोई एनिमल पानी में रहता है तो उनके अंदर गिल्स के द्वारा रेस्पिरेशन होता है, हम जमीन पे रहते हैं तो हमारा रेस्पिरेशन बेसिकली लंग्स के द्वारा होता है, तो सभी में रेस्पिरेशन किस प्रकार से होता है इसे हम कहेंगे रेस्पिरेटरी सरफेस और मेथड ऑफ रेस्पिरेशन. देन वी विल डिस्कस ह्यूमन रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम. वी विल डिस्कस फ्रॉम नॉस्ट्रिल, alveoli, lungs, trachea, bronchi, bronchiole, etc., etc. Then we will discuss mechanism of breathing, that how breathing takes place, how inspiration, inhalation takes place, how expiration and exhalation takes place. Yes. Then we will see circulation. Which kind of circulation? Like a O2 circulate and CO2 return, and formation of oxyhemoglobin. Means transport of O2, collection of CO2 and formation of oxyhemoglobin compound. And at the end of this chapter we will discuss some respiratory disorders like asthma, bronchitis, etc., etc. Then chapter number 18, body fluids and circulation. Yes, body fluids and circulation. Now in this chapter, actually this chapter is basically related to blood, heart, blood vessel, etc., etc. Total it is related to cardiology. Now in this chapter, at the beginning we will see introduction of the chapter. We will see how many type of circulations are there: pulmonary circulation, coronary circulation, single circulation, double circulation, complete circulation, incomplete circulation. Then we will see structure of heart, introduction to the heart, external structure of heart, internal structure of heart. Then we will see working of a heart, that how heart work, how heart undergo pumping, contraction, and how heart undergo relaxation, how blood flows from heart to the different body parts, and how blood return from different body parts back to the heart. All these things we will discuss. we will discuss conducting system of heart, working of heart. Yes, how heartbeat undergo more contraction and relaxation due to the presence of adrenaline hormone. Yes, we will also discuss what is heartbeat, what is a pulse, stroke rate, cardiac output, etc. etc. At the end, we will discuss electrocardiogram, ECG, and heart related disorders. Now, next chapter is chapter number 19. Excretory product and their elimination. Excretory product and their elimination. Remember, in this chapter, this is fully related to our waste product flushing out. हम जो भी खाते हैं उसका एक तो एनर्जी में कन्वर्जन होता है और उस दूसरा जो होता है वो होता है वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट, और हमारी बॉडी का वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट जो होता है वो होता है यूरिया। तो यूरिया जो ये वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट है उसे हम हमारी बॉडी से रिमूव करते हैं, थ्रू आउट करते हैं, फ्लश आउट करते हैं। तो जब हम उसे फ्लश आउट करते हैं उस प्रोसेस को हम कहते हैं elimination. Yes, so in this chapter we are going to see introduction of the chapter, then we are going to see eliminatory products like ammonia, urea, uric acid and sometimes guanine as a waste material. Yes, फिर हम ये देखने वाले हैं इस चैप्टर में कि कौन से एनिमल कौन सा सरफेस यूज करते हैं। जैसे वी ह्यूमन बीइंग्स आर यूजिंग अवर किडनी टू रिमूव अवर वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट, but some other animals are using different, like some are using antennal gland, some are using green gland, etc. Some are using nephridia, some are using protonephridia, etc. तो सबका वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट रिमूव करने का ऑर्गन अलग अलग होता है, ठीक है। उसके बाद हम देखेंगे ह्यूमन एक्सक्रीटरी सिस्टम इन डिटेल विच रिलेटेड टू पेयर ऑफ किडनी, पेयर ऑफ यूरेटर एंड सिंगल यूरिनरी ब्लैडर एंड देन यूरेथ्रा। Then we will discuss how mechanism of urine formation takes place, ultrafiltration, selective reabsorption, and finally tubular secretion, removal of waste material. Then we will see mechanism of concentration of urine, how urine is concentrated. Like urine contain 95% of water and remaining 2.5% urea and 2.5% include all other things. So that's what urine. The color of urine is pale yellow just because of urochrome compound present in the urine. तो ये सारी चीजें हम देखने वाले इस चैप्टर में, और इस चैप्टर के एंड में हम देखेंगे excretory product and their eliminations related to disorders. So like kidney failure, uremia, nephritis, etc. हम काफी सारी चीजें देखेंगे. And then chapter number 20, locomotion and movement. Yes, now locomotion and movement is completely related to our skeleton and our muscle. In this chapter we will discuss muscle. How many type of muscle? Smooth muscle, visceral muscle, cardiac muscle. Then we will see how muscle undergo contraction, biceps and triceps contraction. We will see work of a, you can say, contractile protein, active protein, actin protein and myosin protein. How actin protein slide on myosin protein with the help of a calcium ion, and how they undergo masking and use of ATP to undergo contraction and relaxation of muscle fiber or any muscle. So we will see complete half chapter related to muscle and complete half chapter related to the skeleton, number of bone, axial skeleton, appendicular skeleton. We basically know that we have a 206 bone in our body and they are divided into axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. Yes, 126 and 80 bones. And then we will discuss three different type of joints like synarthrosis, amphiarthrosis, diarthrosis, etc. At the end of this chapter we will discuss some skeletal related disorders. Then chapter number 21. Yes, chapter number 21, which is neural control and coordination. neural control and coordination. Now I'll tell you in this chapter what we are doing. This is very, you can say, most interesting chapter among the human physiology unit. Neural control and coordination is a chapter which is fully related to brain system like central nervous system, peripheral nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Central nervous system control our body parts. Peripheral nervous system also control our body part related to the cranial nerve and spinal nerve, and autonomic nervous system control those organs which is not controlled in our willpower, that is involuntary organ like a heart, stomach, urinary bladder, uterus, etc., etc. So these are involuntary organ and they are controlled by autonomic nervous system. In this chapter we are also going to discuss about neurons, structure of neuron, function of neuron, synapses, signal transmission through neuron, sensory neuron, motor neuron and mixed neuron. We will also discuss 5 different receptor organ. Receptor organ means sense organ like a skin, nose, skin for touch, vibration, chemical, electrical, etc., etc. So many things we can sense from the skin. Then nose for the smell, olfaction of smell. Yes, tongue for the taste, ear for the hearing, eye for the vision. So these are the 5 sense organ which we are going to discuss in this chapter. And at the end of this chapter we will also discuss some nervous related problem. And then chapter number 22, which is the last chapter of this human physiology unit, that is chemical coordination and integration. Now in this lesson, this is chemical coordination. Chemical in our body, chemical is a hormone which is a chemical messenger. Coordination means communication between two organs to perform a same task. Like when our blood sugar level rises inside the blood, but our pituitary gland which is present in our brain commands to pancreas to activate beta cells to produce insulin hormone. So human brain communicates with our pancreas to produce insulin hormone. So when 2 or more than 2 organs communicate with each other to perform single function, it is called coordination. जब 2 या तो 2 से ज़्यादा organ एक ही फंक्शन करने के लिए एक्टिवेट होते हैं तो इनको हम कहते हैं कोऑर्डिनेशन. क्लियर है? तो ये कोऑर्डिनेशन का मतलब हो जाता है, ये क्लियर कट लैंग्वेज में. सो इस चैप्टर में हम देखने वाले हैं जितने भी हमारी बॉडी में एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स है उन सभी के बारे में डिटेल में देखने वाले हैं. एक्चुअली वी हैव अ 2 वैरायटी ऑफ अ ग्लैंड इन आवर बॉडी, एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स एंड एक्सोक्राइन ग्लैंड. एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स आर दोस ग्लैंड which produce hormone and pour directly into blood because they are ductless gland. They don't have a duct to carry hormone from gland to the organ. So they pour their hormone into blood and blood carry that hormone to the specific organ. This is about endocrine gland. Exocrine glands are ductful gland. They pour their hormone into the duct and that pipe or duct carry that hormone to the target organ. So that is exocrine gland. In this lesson we are going to discuss about variety of gland. Main gland in our body is pituitary gland, which is master gland, which controls several other gland. Pituitary gland produces several hormone. We are going to discuss about each and every hormone, like growth hormone, somatotropic hormone is growth hormone, then thyroid stimulating hormone, prolactin hormone, also known as the luteotropic hormone, then you can say lactogenic hormone, progesterone, androgen, testosterone, sex hormone, etc., etc. You can say coherine hormone, oxytocin hormone, ADH hormone, antidiuretic hormone, also called vasopressin hormone. Then in this chapter we are also going to discuss about structure, function and hormone produced by thyroid gland, adrenal gland, hormone produced by the pancreas, hormone produced by GIT, gastric intestinal tract, or you can say digestive system, hormones of heart, hormones of kidney, and at the end we will discuss mechanism of hormone action. So this is about 7 different chapters of human physiology. Chapter number 16, digestion and absorption, chapter number 17 breathing and exchange of gases, chapter number 18 body fluids and circulation, chapter number 19 excreted product and their elimination, chapter number 20 locomotion and movement, chapter number 22 neural control and coordination, chapter number 22 chemical coordination and integration. These are the 7 different very valuable chapters from the human physiology unit. Okay guys, अगर आप लोगों को कुछ पूछना है तो आप नीचे कमेंट सेक्शन में पूछ सकते हो, और ये सभी के सभी चैप्टर्स को मेरी YouTube चैनल पे स्टडी करने के लिए आपको मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना चाहिए। या सब्सक्राइब करने से किसी का नुकसान नहीं होता है, बल्कि आपका फ़ायदा ही होता है। अगर आप बायोलॉजी के स्टूडेंट हो, अगर आप नीट देना चाहते हो, 11th-12th स्टेट बोर्ड पढ़ना चाहते हो, तो आपको ये चैनल काफ़ी वैल्यूएबल है। अगर आप नेट सेट गेट पेट IIT जेम से हो, फिर भी आपको ये फिर भी आपको सब्सक्राइब करना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये सभी के सभी चैप्टर में काफ़ी डिटेल में पढ़ाने वाला हूँ। सो थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग दिस वीडियो। हैव अ गुड डे।